another channel. And then everyone's saying hi to Amy.
Yeah, Amy's saying the same thing as Gary, saying you have to go to my account, click on the three dots and unblock, I think. So that's two people saying the same thing.
Well, it's got to be right because I don't know what I'm doing. Jonathan, before you fall asleep, because I know it's what time is it there?
10:13 p.m.
Wow.
All right.
I
Ladies,
am really.
Yeah,
Lainey.
Cheers, Lainey.
Yeah, you guys owe me a salad for staying up this late. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Like I said, Papa Carnivore falls asleep live all the time. But
Yeah.
I am so sorry. Did you see my thumbnail for when we meet in a few weeks? Jonathan is going to be forever known as the guy that landed in America to go to Hack Your Health, is 2 minutes away from the main Hack Your Health area and gets hit by a car.
No way.
Yeah, I feel like that's not even a joke. I'm gonna be known as that forever, probably.
You will.
Well, the first question I got to ask you, Jonathan, how's the car?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm the only one who made it out of the hospital, so
That's good. Yeah.
Oh my God.
it just bounced right off me, and whatever happened after that.
Wow.
He's a strong dude. And
You immediately became the most famous carnivore in the world because I was actually giving a Zoom report to Kerry as my role as UK ambassador when Lewis notified me that you've been hit by a car. So I was
really?
pass it on in live to Kerry, who then I think came and found you the next day to interview you. So yeah, it was
on every live. And then the hospital picture of you just smiling and laughing and bleeding. And like, I'm horrified. And you're like, oh.
I mean, what else can you do really than just laugh at the whole situation? So.
Oh, it was so. Then very quickly after, Carrie Mann did a live with Jonathan, and the thumbnail was hysterical. It actually shows a cartoon car hitting him. He's bleeding and he's like popping up smiling. And I'm like, that is the funniest thing. So I just did a little car on our thumbnail, not actually hitting you, Jonathan. So, Carl, I want to hear from you. What's going on December 8th? How are you involved in this? But first, I want to say really quickly hi to Catherine's Fabulous 60s. I think they're coming through different channels. I can see all the texts. And Lambs is on. Say hello. Muskogee Land.
Yeah, that's Christopher.
Christopher. So if you could read them, you could do shout outs. Can you read the chats?
Yeah. Hi, Christopher. Hi, Catherine. I'm glad you guys are here. A lot of people want to find out about Carnivore. So I went ahead. Is it okay that I'm live? I did that after you said that because I wasn't.
Absolutely okay. 100%.
Yeah. So a lot of my friends ask me about it and stuff. And I've always tell them to go to George. George is my carnivore guru. And it's like, if you want to know anything, go to his channel. He knows. He's the one that taught me. So
we'll go through that for sure. Michael's Adventures is on. Hi, Michael. Love Michael. Very good friend. Nikki Silverstacker's on. He joined my live the other day. I was so excited. And Don, you must know Deanna. Oh, Deanna Raw. Hello. I thought it was Dawn. She says, we all look great.
Aw.
I know her. I'm sorry.
It's very winter over here, and I'm looking a bit paler than I usually do because I usually hold my suntan quite well, but I am noticeably.
What's it like over there right now? Because it's hot as heck here.
All right, okay, Dawn, don't rub it in. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot as heck in the kitchen because we've got the log burner going because we have to.
No, it's like 80 degrees in California today. It is hot.
Yeah, exactly. We were on with Rick Rodriguez from Florida already, and he was complaining about having to have the air conditioning on, and it's
yep.
Yeah, but having said that, the Amy who we were talking about earlier, she lives in Indiana, and she was under snow last week, so it's a very different climates in the States.
Yeah, are you getting snow in Missouri? Because I saw Nebraska got hit.
No, not yet. It was bitter cold today. It was rainy, cold. I think Monday we get hit for
Wow.
sure. That's
Dawn,
okay.
are you originally from Nebraska? I was trying to think the other day.
Yeah.
I know you. Yeah, I thought you were. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
from the Midwest, and they got a lot of snow recently. So, and I'm actually kind of jealous because it's just really hot right now. We've got the air on. It's weird.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a
Amy's
Buffalo.
confirming it. She's
I
getting
totally,
hit. Indiana's getting hit now.
Yeah, well, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, and over there they know what snow's about. I don't know what you lot are whinging about.
Right.
Earl, Mike, back
Yeah.
to you. Mike, back to you because I interrupted with hellos. You got the floor.
Buffalo's in New York, isn't it, Carl? Is that right?
That's New York State, yeah. It's
York State, yeah,
on the Canadian border, basically. It's where
Yeah.
Niagara Falls is, pretty much. So, but yeah, this time of year with the American football one, and I go over there, then it's just ridiculous snow. It's just surreal, you know. And then I land back in Heathrow, and we can't get off the plane because there's less than an inch of frost on the gantry, and they can't deck the plane, you know. And you're like, this is mental. So. Yeah, so the 8th of December, we're doing a mini meetup, and that all sprung from, well, George and I obviously got involved and set up the Great British Meetup, and we met a fabulous couple there, Tom and Lindy, and they own a little freestyle sort of farm, but it's grass-fed cattle that they're rearing themselves. And they have a barn there that they got married in, and they said, well, we could host one. So we are planning to host a proper summer one there after the Great British Meetup on June the 13th. We're going to be going for, I think we're going for July the 4th, a date you guys might know as for some other reasons.
Right.
And we're going to, but what happened was I got approached by a production company on my YouTube channel asking us about, they're looking to do a series of 6 programs about alternative choices that people make. And one of them is about health. And they wanted to understand why people stopped going to doctors and going to the likes of YouTube and social media to get health advice. And they wanted to investigate it. And the head reporter there is a lady called Stacey Dooley. She's done quite a few investigatory programs, etc. And she's quite well known here in the UK. And they're doing the film of a BBC 6 series. Now, my initial concern was this going to be a hit piece, you know, to try and make us look like tinfoil wearing lunatics.
Right.
I then engaged Lee Copus, who I know quite well, who's the Kent Carnivore, and also Stephen Thomas, who's Coach Stephen. And we, as a 3, sort of went to the production program, had a long chat with them, and we've agreed to set up this mini event, which they're going to film, not going to interfere with it. They're going to allow us to do what we're doing. They're going to film it. And then they want to do some one-to-one interviews with various individuals that are in attendance, just to get an understanding of why people have turned to social media rather than taking the mainstream advice. So we are going to be very careful what we say, because I know how editing can work, and you can say one thing and they can make it sound something totally different. But we're going in there with our eyes open. Because I'm like George. George used to say it to me, and sorry, just so you know, George in my eyes is still known as the puppet master because he pulls all the bloody strings.
Yeah.
But we are all about getting our message out into a wider community. So even if this was a attempted hit at us, I think the overall, if we get our messaging right, then we get an opportunity to get it to a wider audience in the UK. So we're going into it with our eyes open, but you know, we are conscious of how media can twist things.
God, that would be awful.
And George, you're coming, aren't you?
Yeah, I think we're weeding out all the big guns, all the best known carnivores in the UK. Stephanie's going as well. Louise Benning, who is the Noakes Foundation ambassador, various other people. Jonathan's just saying that he hasn't been. Well, he's not coming or something, Carl. I don't know if you know anything about that. But
I don't know. There was
Yeah.
invites put out. I thought Jonathan was included in the original invites. If he wants to come, I've got a space available because we're trying to keep it to about 25 people because it's
is
a
this
mini
on the
meetup
8th?
on
Is
the
this the
8th
thing
of
on the 8th?
December. The 8th of December.
Okay. I got confused.
So, Jonathan, if you want, I saw a message flash past a minute ago. If you're interested in coming along, Jonathan, it's in Kent near near the Dartford crossing. I can send you all the details and I'll email you. That was the first
figure that
person who
out.
said. All right, okay.
Hey, look. Go ahead.
So anyhow, Jonathan, I'll contact you outside this tomorrow morning, and we'll sort out bits and pieces. So, but you're lined up, Jonathan, for the GB meetup next year, isn't that right, George?
that's correct. Jonathan will be the key speaker next year, because obviously we didn't have a space for him this year. So yeah, next year he will be. We've got various other speakers. Dr. Kiltz has promised me he's coming, so he will also be a speaker there next year. And we got various other options as well. So it's it's going to be good. It's going to be great.
And
so, and I think Juliet is actually coming as well. So it's
maybe I'll come too. It's not too far for me.
No, it's not. It's just across the North Sea for you, John.
Yeah,
you're more than welcome if you want to.
When is it?
It's Monday week on the 8th of December.
Which one?
Not this coming Monday.
I was thinking about the. I was talking about the.
Sorry, I missed that. Sorry, yeah.
The Great British Meetup thing.
Great.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant event. Brilliant event.
When is that one?
That is Saturday, the 13th of June. However, there is a pre-meetup gathering the night before on June the 12th, Friday, June the 12th. So it's kind of over 2 days. The pre-meetup gathering is not an exclusively event for us, but it is. The venue is open to the public on a Friday evening, and it worked very well this year. The caterer for us on the Saturday will be there with a hog roast, but for the general public, but he knows not to try and give us bread rolls. So we will be having it over the Friday evening, and then the whole day on the Saturday, the venue is given over to us. So that's how it works. Talking of which, I've actually started booking the hotel now. Juliet and Doug, I'm going to book in tomorrow, as I am Steph and Nikki. So if anybody else from abroad or further away wants me to book them into the local Carnivore friendly hotel, which Carl stayed in last year, so he can confirm that, then I can do that. But you'll need to contact me via the usual channels, WhatsApp or on my channel or on my Facebook. Or failing that, if you haven't got contact with me, then contact Carl, and we can get the whole hotel booked out basically. But because it's about 17 rooms, so that would be nice if people want to come. So that'd be great.
It's going to be great. I love that. I love Lewis. We all love Lewis. He wrote, "Hello to all my friends across the pond," and Juliet. That's how I read it. Oh yeah, and you. Yeah, and to whoever.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm very anxious to get a bit of intercontinental travel going for the carnival communities to go. I mean, the thing is that Dawn, I think you only live about an hour away from Anaheim, don't you? About an hour away from California Disney. So if anybody's holidaying in California, LA, then contact Dawn. I'm sure she'll.
I'd love it.
Come and see you. Absolutely. So yeah.
That's the idea behind having these mini meetups, that little communities living close to each other can get together, and then you can do the bigger meetups where there's probably more travel involved. But the mini ones are a good way of getting the community set up and going.
Right. I'm surprised we haven't had one out here. If anybody wants to host one, LA would be a good place for that.
I think go to San Diego.
I think there is. Yeah, I think San Diego is in January, Dawn. I know that Angela Lero lives in LA, but I know she's going.
I know Chris Brandlin does host quite a bit in that area. I think.
Yeah, he's in Nevada. Yeah, he's actually in Nevada.
I didn't know. How do I find out about that stuff? Because I'm not aware.
Oh, speak to me. It's a Healing Humanity one, Dawn, and as you know, I'm the UK ambassador to Kerry. So if you need to find out about the thing, just speak to
I
me.
love that.
Yeah,
Go to the puppet master always.
Absolutely, yes. The puppet master strikes again.
Right?
I'm far better behind the scenes. I am on my own channel, but I will. I'll probably put an announcement on my own channel. But yeah, I can tell you. I think it's the back end of January. There is a meetup in San Diego, which I believe is a Healing Humanity meetup. So I'll keep you informed on that one. So that's no problem.
Yeah, I'd love that.
How far San Diego from you, Dawn?
About 2 hours.
Really? Okay, so it's close. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I could do that in a day. So I'd love it. That's in January?
I think so. Yeah, I believe so.
Amy, I just put it on screen. Chris is going to be in Vegas March 28th, looks like. And I have family in Vegas. Is that the trip you guys are talking about?
No, it's a different one. That's a Chris Brandon one in Las Vegas. So I mean, there's so many up in the USA now that it's hard to keep a track of them, to be perfectly honest with you. So it's but there's plenty going on. As you know, I'm involved with the Rendezvous City Beef Roundup in August of next year in Wyoming, Rivers in Wyoming. So that's another option. And obviously there's Hack Your Health every year from now on. Is that staying in Tampa Bay? Does anybody know?
I think they said it's staying there. Yeah, next year.
Yeah. Because it was in Austin, Texas last year, but they moved it to Tampa Bay, and I think they intend to keep it in Tampa Bay. So that's another option that everybody has.
Let's see. What did Rick just say? Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas.
And then, of course, you know, what the idea is a bit of carnival tourism. So you can actually tie in a visit to the States with a bit of tourism at the same time. So I believe, Jonathan, that's pretty much what you did. You didn't just fly into Hack Your Health and then fly out again, did you? I think you stayed on and did a bit of socializing afterwards. Is that correct?
Yeah. I stayed for 2 weeks actually in total, and then I went down to Dr. Kiltz's place and down there, and we filmed like a podcast together. He showed me around his clinic, and we had a great day.
Nice.
And then I also met up with Eleni. I think you guys know Eleni, and we went to like a Greek grill thing. I had octopus. And the day after, I actually went fishing with her dad. We went fishing all day, got some Spanish mackerel and some other stuff, and also I checked out some like wildlife areas. Saw my first wild alligator, which was pretty cool, and a bunch of other stuff.
How close were you to the alligator? Was it scary? How close did you get to the alligator, and was it scary?
Oh, I ate it for lunch afterwards. That's
Carnivore. So, matter of interest, Jonathan, you being out where you are.
Sorry?
Where you are, how big is the carnivore community? Or are you at the moment a bit on your own and trying to get more awareness?
Yeah, so it's definitely growing in Norway. I don't really have anyone in my area that I know of, except for my dad, who started like 21 weeks ago or something like that. But I'm working on like trying to build up the local community and stuff and see if I can get meetups happening, but it's not that easy. But it's like the interest in carnivore and just eating meat in general is definitely growing, right? There's like a Facebook group that has, I think, almost 10,000 members, like a Norwegian one. And keep in mind, we're only 5 million people or something like that. So it is actually a pretty good size. And it's starting to pop up more in like mainstream media and stuff, getting coverage. Of course, they like bash it all the time, but that's definitely a good sign, though, right?
But you being a former Viking, you're probably the original carnivore anyhow.
Yeah, right. Exactly, right? But no, yeah. So my goal is to like actually start hosting meetups around here and stuff, and maybe eventually have like a convention thing as well. See if I can
Nice.
get some of the like Dr. Kilt's people and people like that over to speak or something like that. It would be great because you know, we're very competitive with Sweden, right? We don't like Sweden beating us in things, and they had a big meat health convention earlier this year. So yeah, I don't like that. They can't be ahead of us.
Well, if
It
we can
sounds
help
like
in
I
any
have
way.
a trip, what, late 26 to another country, Jonathan, then maybe?
Yeah, maybe. And also, actually, I have like, because my family has like a really nice cabin far out in the woods, like very far from society, like just in a fjord, a beautiful fjord, all pretty much all by itself. And
Wow.
what I've been thinking about, it would be so amazing to host like a retreat or something like that in that spot. And you have like wild sheep going around in the area. You have we have goats. There's like wolverines. Yeah, they're kind of dangerous though, but they usually they
I
don't
didn't know
really.
Wolverines were real. I thought that was like an Avenger or a movie or
Oh,
something.
no, they're little bear-like creatures with really sharp claws. Uh,
Okay,
and
I'm
yeah,
staying
and
in the States
foxes.
then. What, see, Americans, we have lots of guns. Like everybody has a. My
Yeah,
daughter's
that's
into,
not. It's not like that here. So
Yeah.
so we can't bring our guns. Yeah, my daughter
Can
goes to a
we?
local.
I'm sorry. Somebody was asking. Olivia was asking if we go in and get our numbers checked as carnivores. She's curious, about your cholesterol, your blood pressure, and all that. Can you address that?
Well, when I first did it, I measured and checked everything, but now I'm more than happy where I'm at. Other than my little experiment I did recently, where I deliberately put weight back on because a number of people said, yeah, it's all well and good when you're on it, but if you fall off it, you can't get back on it. So I actually put that into practice and I went back from 85 kilos to 99 kilos, which is about, what's that, George? You're the clever one with the numbers. So about nearly 28 pounds or something, whatever I got back on. And then over the last 4 weeks, I'm back down. I'm now down to 86 again. I'm expecting when I do another check-in this week, I'll be back down to the weight I started with, just by going
Wow.
B, and E. But
That's all right.
so
Yeah.
so it can be done, and if people fall off, I'm definitely not the most carnivore clean at all. I do bend the rules occasionally, but in general, what I wanted to get back on, I basically had BBBE. I had a little bit of lamb and things like that as well, rather than just the beef, and clicked back in straight away, and well pleased with it. The interesting thing is some of the side effects I had getting putting the weight on. I don't think I'll do the experiment again. I'm going to stick with what I am now because I want to go a bit more primal, so I'm more seasonal. So whatever the seasonal meats are, that's what I'm going to be trying to do. But other than that, so no, I don't do the monitoring like I used to. I used to check my bloods every other month. I used to check various bits and pieces. You can get too wrapped up in it. At the end of the day, I feel good. I feel fitter. I'm much healthier, and I don't bother doing the checks anymore. I might do it once a year just to keep an eye on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've got
think,
a
when you first start, a lot of people do that at the beginning because you're
Yes.
nervous. You don't know what's going to
Yeah.
happen. And then once you get past that and you realize, hey, it doesn't really matter and your numbers are good,
Yeah.
a few things might go up, but overall, I felt so much better. It didn't matter to me. It's like I
Well,
felt so amazing.
my A1C dropped, so I'm no longer type 2 diabetic. My high
Right.
blood pressure dropped. I'm no longer on high blood pressure medication. And I bet they're even lower now. My triglycerides went down to 50, and my good HDL is, I think I want to say it's a little over 100. Now my LDL is 200, but it's been 200 for 25 years, even when I ate vegan, vegetarian, working out, skinny little thing.
Right.
So at
Right.
200 to me is not high, number one, but it remained. It's still the same. And I eat a lot of fat.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
my story about that is basically when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes on March 1st, 22, I used to get called forward for what they call a Wellman check here in the UK every year. So on coinciding with my birthday, and I had to, get my bloods done. But once I actually went low carb and then carnivore, I've had 3 perfect blood tests in a row. The last one being in September of last year. And the entire panel came back absolutely perfect. And they said, right, you're no longer type 2 diabetic. And I was expecting to get called forward again. They said, no, now that you've healed yourself, we're not calling you forward for any more blood tests. So I'm not going to go and pay for them myself. And obviously, if they're happy, I'm happy. And I haven't changed anything. So, yeah, I've ceased to do so. And I'm just trusting the process, basically, because, as long as I feel as well as I do, and as long as I maintain the carnivore diet, then I'm perfectly happy not to get the blood test, because I don't really like going to the doctors in the first place anyway, to be perfectly honest with you. So it's a waste of time. And I'm happy not checking anything at the moment, to be honest with you.
So rather than checking, rather than checking all my,
at least the ones that I know, not that.
Sorry, Dawn.
Ladies first. Dawn, you go.
I was just going to say, most carnivores don't have to take blood pressure medicine, because Christopher was asking, or cholesterol meds. But most people that I know in my age group, 60 and above, are taking either cholesterol meds or blood pressure meds. But the only ones that aren't are the ones that are doing carnivore.
Yeah, absolutely.
So rather than me worry about measurements and that, I keep this particular photo as my reminder. So this was me 2.5 years ago. Now, if you look at the necklace, look at the necklace, because this is the same necklace.
Oh my God.
That's how big my necklace was.
It was a choker. Yeah.
So that's when I was at 22 stone. So I was nearly 230 kilos. So that's my check to make sure I'm back on.
Absolutely. If I can just do the same thing, those of you who don't know my story, that's the before and after photographs.
Oh my God, George.
It's
293 pounds down to, I think I was about 170 pounds. That was taken over in Wyoming in August. And that was me before and after. That's a difference of 5 years. So, yeah, carnivore works, folks. It really does. That's both me and Carl have proved that. So
what's ironic? When I first started, and the people are, you're going to get this and you're going to get that. And suddenly I was worried about getting my bloods. And I had to laugh at myself, because I thought, when I ate crap, when I drank a bottle of wine every night for years, I couldn't care less what my labs were. I don't even think I went to the doctor for that matter. And I probably lied. How much do you drink? 2, 1. I just leave out the word bottle a night,
Right.
I don't condemn people, that want to do that. I did the same thing. I'm like, I better check my labs. Oh boy. And I wanted to say one other thing. We have a person on here, Charge Mopar is the handle. His name is Rick Rodriguez, very famous in this. And I think George alluded to, but we have some new people on. He's been carnivore for 42 years. 42.
What?
42.
Yes, 42 years, Dawn.
Yes, I've known him for anybody.
Did you guys know he's taller than Sean Baker? I saw it with my own eyes 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, Rick is 6'6" and Sean is 6'5". And I too have seen that photo of Jonathan. Yes, I can confirm that as well.
Yep.
He's saying that nobody's impressed about his before and after photographs. Actually,
Rick started when he was
no
16.
reason why they shouldn't be, because you apparently were quite a small child when you started. So you can show your picture of when you started, when you were not very well developed to what you are now. So that's your before and after photos, because I can confirm that Rick started in 1983 when he was still at high school, and then he got a growth spurt because of carnivore, and he's still waiting for the heart attack that he thought he was going to give himself by going. He didn't want to go to school anymore. That's the reason why he decided to give himself a heart attack by going carnivore. There we go.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for scurvy.
Yes, Jonathan knows I am a real person indeed. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Well, can I ask, well, besides Carl, but you did this on purpose, have any of you fallen off the carnivore wagon before?
No, it took me a
No,
long time to get to
just
full
me.
carnivore, Dawn, but I haven't fallen off on account of the fact that I know where you see, you know what I was like before, Dawn. I just showed you that I don't want to go back to that. I just don't
Yeah.
want to put
Right.
myself at that risk. And I'm now into a really good, what my old friend, the carnivore soldier, called the battle rhythm. So I'm into the good rhythm of eating this way. And I'm not, I don't want to ever risk, coming off it because it worked for me. And as it does, I know your story is that we met in October last year, and I was able to coach you through what I call boot camp, which was your first 90 days. And then you became a carnivore influencer in your own right. But then you went on holiday to Morro Bay this year, I think it was. Am I right in thinking?
Yeah, my granddaughter was in town, and yeah, we were on vacation, and that was the end of that. Yeah, I started doing Starbucks again. I started having my Starbucks coffee. First, it was just keto coffee, and then yeah, it just took off from there, and it just got progressively worse. And before I knew it, I was totally not doing carnivore anymore, and the weight started coming back on. I started feeling like crap. I got the inflammation, the whole bit, everything that I worked so hard for, and I was just so embarrassed and so angry at myself because it's like a drug addict that finally kicked heroin. Why the hell would you go back? Why would somebody do that? I was very disappointed. But this time around, I seem to be having a more difficult time. It was easier the first time to get back into doing carnivore. This time I'm having a little bit difficult time. I'm doing keto, but I need to do full carnivore to feel my best, to get rid of all the inflammation. And so I need to buckle down. But you guys know it's the holidays. I have lots of grandkids here, and that's my excuse, but it's not a good one, I know.
Oh,
So I need to work on that. I want to. I really want to get back to that. Just eating beef, butter, eggs. It's amazing how well I felt, and I had lost 60 pounds, and
wow.
it's very disappointing. And I don't want to talk about it because I don't know of any other carnivores that have done this. I think I'm the only one, because most people, once they start doing carnivore, they know how
Oh,
amazing.
no, 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 no,
No,
no,
you're
no,
not the only
no,
one, Dawn. Believe me,
Yeah.
no, no,
we're in
no.
quite a big community in the Kilts Mighty tribe, and yeah, we get people reporting this all the time, and they
Really?
struggle to get back on. So yeah, don't
All the
worry, you're not the only one. But once you're
Okay.
actually in the carnivore community, then just because you happen to fall off the wagon doesn't mean you leave the carnivore community. It means that we're here to help you and to talk you back through it. As you know,
and
I'm
not
a
hassle you and say, "Shame on you." Because you
Yes.
know, we've been through that. Well, and not me on carnivore, but how many diets have I been through? That I failed, or they failed me
Right.
and
Right.
failed, and it's a shame. And then I would just beat myself up, and then I wouldn't like the more I was upset with myself, the more likely I was not getting back on it. Like, because I was
Right.
in that emotion instead of going, well, screwed up. I have another 100 years to live. I'll get back on it when I'm ready. Not going to pressure myself.
Right.
But
Right.
So,
I
Dawn, you got to
Yeah.
remember there are no carnivore police, right? So you're not going to get arrested
Right.
and thrown in for jail, right? Second thing is, you say you lost 60 pounds. You haven't put 60 pounds back on, have you? So you're in a better place now than you are when you started the first time round. So if you
That's a
do
good point.
get away from all your temptations, which obviously the holiday season is massive for you at the moment, but just get back on it. And even if you just get back on it for 3 days and come off and then go on for 5 days and then build it up, there's nothing wrong. You're in a better position now than you were when you first went on it, because you said you lost 60 pounds and you haven't put all that weight back on. So
No.
you're in a good place to go again when the opportunity fits for you. Don't beat yourself up about it. We all
Thank
slip up.
that was a good point you made, and that was what drew me to the carnivore community. Is there are no carnivore police. I never felt judged, like, oh, you're not a good enough carnivore, or you know what I mean. And that's what I appreciated about the carnivore community. Everybody wanted to help you feel good. They wanted to help you do this, instead of making you feel bad that you weren't doing it correctly. Like some diets, you're not doing it right. That's
yeah,
why you're not losing weight fast enough. The carnivore community was never like that. And so that's been a very strong point for me. That's what's kept me going, because everybody just feels good and they want everybody else to feel good. That's what this is about.
A couple of points to one. The first one being there is no definition of the carnivore diet. It's each to his own, very much so. Secondly, would you say that you eat more 70% plus of your energy from meat or animal products still?
The majority of my diet is definitely meat, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think I probably told you before, the definition of a hypercarnivore is somebody or some animal, some being that consumes 70% of their energy plus from meat. So you still fit in the hypercarnivore, in the kind of hypercarnivore bracket. There's an awful word ketovore, which has taken over from that, the actual scientific definition of hypercarnivore. I'd much rather use hypercarnivore because it's scientific. Okay. Ketovore is an invented word, which is ketogenic, and vor, which means somebody who eats. But somebody can be ketogenic and be a herbivore. So therefore, you can actually be on a vegan on a keto diet and being an omnivore. Yeah. So ketovore I'm an amateur etymologist. I like words. I'm a straight A English student, and I do not like that word ketovore, because anybody who's a vegan can claim to be a ketovore as well. So anyway, what they can't do is claim to be a hypercarnivore, which we all are, because we all consume more than 70% of our energy from meat or fish or eggs or dairy. So if you're still doing that, Dawn, you're still very much a hypercarnivore.
I'm still considered part of the carnivore family. Good.
Absolutely.
100%. And you know what? I'm not going to out anybody, but I have a few carnivore friends that say, at Thanksgiving, and maybe they feel the same as you. They don't want to go announce it, but I think people should. If you're not hiding anything, but they're like, Thanksgiving, I am eating the pumpkin pie.
There are some people like that.
And some people could do that. They can just go out.
The individual's choice, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. You're right.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, Juliet, but on our coaching WhatsApp group yesterday, it was almost like a church confessions area, wasn't it? Everybody was saying on Black Friday, there was like a confession of what they did on Thanksgiving. So yeah, even the kilts coaches are prone to cranberry
Mary Grace. I do want to do one little brag though. For Thanksgiving this year, I did my first walkathon with my kids did it. And I would not have been able to do that 2 years ago. Even though I'm not as in good a shape as I was a couple months ago. It was huge to me. I finished and I wasn't dead last. That was my goal, was to do it, because it was a very Healy course, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this because, I haven't been eating right, blah, blah, blah. But I did it. I finished, and there was a third of the people were still behind me. I kept looking to make sure there's people behind me, because I thought, I don't want to be dead last. And it turned out I was in like the first 2/3. So I was proud of myself. And honest to God, I would not have done that if it hadn't been for carnivore. So
yeah, and I mean, also like, just think about it. Like, now you've like established a new baseline as well, right? You know where your foundation is, and you can get back to it whenever you feel the time is right, and when you feel ready yourself, right? So you've actually had the experience of what it feels like. So I mean, that everyone's in their part of the journey, right? And you've actually, you've made a huge step to actually get there, right? And now you actually know what it's like, and that you can come back to it if you really need it, right?
Yeah. And I'm just grateful for that. And I just thought, God, how much better would I have done if I had stuck to it? But that's the goal. Next year, I told the kids, now I actually have a time. I want to beat this time that it took me, this time around. Next year, I want to beat it by a couple of minutes. So I'm going to be back to being strict carnivore. I like it.
We were in contact pretty much all of last Christmas, because that's when we were sort of working closest together, when your channel was much smaller and we had time to talk on it, which we don't anymore because you're so big, which we'll talk about later. But I think you did pretty clean last Christmas, didn't you, if I'm right?
I did. And that's what I don't understand. I got through the holidays. I didn't bake cookies. because I was just feeling so good. I was at the point in my carnivore journey where I'd finally got rid of the inflammation. I got out of bed because I was bedridden. I was so sick. Things had turned around for me. And that's why it's like, I need to get back to that mindset. I felt like Wonder Woman at that time. I was just feeling so good, but it just, it's easier than you think to fall off. I didn't think that would happen to me. Back then, I was one of those people that were like, I'm never going back. I'll never eat sugar. I'll never, don't ever say never. And I still can't believe that I, did what I did. But I realize now that I'm not, I am not Wonder Woman, but I still think carnivore is the best diet. At least it has been for me and most of the people I know that are on it. I don't know anyone that's done carnivore that has said, no, it sucked. It was terrible. Everybody that's doing it and stuck with it has seen great results. The only people that say that are the people that did it for a short time and just quit because they just couldn't do it. But I mean, honestly, most carnivores know they've experienced that and they know that it's amazing.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, Dawn, about before and after photographs, and I love the one where you're wearing the same clothes in 7 months difference between.
And I hadn't even lost that much weight at that point, which was what freaked me out because I didn't think I'd lost that much. I think I'd only lost like 30 pounds at that point, but my body composition had changed so drastically that the same outfit just hung on me. It looked like I'd lost, way more than 30 pounds.
It's a photograph which I treasure, and whenever I talk about you, I always flag that one up to my friends, and so they're amazed as well. So it's it was a remarkable turnaround. It was great fun working with you so closely for that time. We unfortunately we've become very busy in our life, so we don't work quite as closely together anymore. But it's lovely to see you tonight. It really is. So,
actually,
I'm going to focus on that.
I was just thinking while we were on like the transformation side of things, right? Actually, you usually hear about like the weight loss and see the big like transformations from going big to smaller, right? But for me, it was actually the opposite. I was anorexic before. I mean, not diagnosed, but it's obvious that's what it was, right? And I was severely malnourished. I was just I looked like a ghost, really. And my bones were probably wasting away. I was losing a lot of muscle and all that. But so for me, I actually put on a lot of weight, or probably fat and muscle and like bones and all that. So it actually works both ways, which I think is, I mean, you're eating what you're supposed to as a human, so your body's going to balance out to where it's supposed to be. Yeah,
and that's the thing we always say, carnivore diet isn't just for losing weight, because most people think diet, they think lose weight. It's just a healthy way of eating. And if you have excess weight to lose, you'll lose it. Or if you need to gain weight, you'll gain it. But it helps your body do what it's supposed to do.
Yep, that's 100% correct, Dawn. I mean, there is this thing about carnivores just about weight loss, and as Jonathan's proven, it's not. So if you think of the three ways the body creates energy, first it will burn carbs because they're toxic to the body. So that's the first thing it tries. So all the sugars and all, they get burned. If there isn't sugars, it goes to ketones, which comes from the fat that the liver's generated, etc. And then it will turn on the muscles. And that's what obviously Jonathan was when he wasn't eating the right balanced diet. It was turning on his own muscles to generate energy. And that's why you see when people are in concentration camps, they're so skinny, etc. So the carnivore diet is the healthy way of eating to give the body the power to do what it needs to do and make it healthy. So you're 100% right in what you say. It's not about weight loss. It's about the right weight balance.
And honestly, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but it really was easy to follow. It really wasn't that hard. That's why I don't know why I'm having a difficult time getting back to it. But it's just, since then, a lot of things in my life have changed and things are different right now. So it's easier, like Christopher said, it's easier to do when you're living alone. When it was just me and my husband here, out of sight, out of mind. We just bought meat, beef, butter, eggs, just the two of us. But now that I'm buying other foods, we have, family members here. If it's in the house, I'm tempted by it because I'm not very strong. So,
but cut yourself some slack, Dawn, because you're up against multi-billion-pound food companies that are trying to get into your head and get you encouraged to be addicted on sugar, etc. So you're right, it's easy to slip off. And I found when I did my little experiment, it was weird because the first week or so I didn't gain any weight, but I was gone back to my normal diet and I was drinking Guinness and I was doing various things. And then all of a sudden I just felt my clothes almost like in a cartoon character was just growing as it was doing it. And then again, when I lost a chunk at first, and then it slowed, and then I went very consistent back down to where I wanted to be. It's just giving the body the opportunity. Don't be hard on yourself, girl. You're in a better place now than when you first started Carnivore. Remember that.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I found now is that my body is very happy where it is, because basically I know that everybody talks about OMAD and 2MAD and not restrictive, but a regime of eating. I'm pretty random now, to be honest with you. I tend to have my first big meal of the day when I get up about 9 o'clock in the morning, which is usually a steak and 2 eggs. And then later on in the day, I might eat nothing, but I might have another big meal later on. I might have some carnivore snacks such as pigs in blankets, which everybody knows about now, later on in the evening, or maybe some eggs or some pork rinds. But it doesn't seem to matter if I vary if I eat a lot or a little. My body just seems to be happy where it is at the moment. It doesn't vary because I am still very much a scale addict. So I do weigh in every day, and I vary by 2 or 3 pounds over the course of a week, up and down. So it doesn't seem to matter how many so-called, no, I hate that word, calories. But it doesn't matter how much mass I put into my body. My body seems to be happy. It seems to be content with where I am, as long as I stay carnivore. But as Carl has shown, by deliberately coming off carnivore and going back to eating carbohydrates, he actually deliberately put on 11 kilos, so 28 pounds or thereabouts. So that shows a difference between consistency on carnivore and actually adding carbs back in. So yeah,
but I mean, it makes sense though, because I mean, when you're eating what you're supposed to, your hormones will be balanced. So your body's actually giving the signals of how much it needs for your activity levels or whatever, your stress, whatever it is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Stress has a huge impact.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Huge. I always thought I'm a type A personality. That's just me. I don't sleep. That's just me.
Yep.
Get over
That's
it. I've changed a lot. I have a way to go, but when my stress gets up,
the one thing that this lifestyle taught me is I now listen to my body. My body tells me. I can even tell my body telling me I need fish or I need meat or I need dairy. And I'm putting that down to my body being low in whatever it is it's requiring. So I'll get a taste for, do you know what? I really could have some fish, and I'll go and do myself some fish. Because I think my body is now so fine-tuned to what I've been putting in now, which is not being blocked out by sugars and all the other carbs I was chucking in.
Right.
When I know there's something deficient, I very rarely take electrolytes, but sometimes I think, I just think I need some electrolytes, and I take them, and then I feel like I'm Tigger again, and I'm bouncing around the room,
Right. I've gone through that too, and it's just the electrolytes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I actually barely even use salt anymore. I just don't need it, and it tastes too strong for me. Like, it's too much. It's just so salty if I salt it that it tastes awful.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've heard a lot of other people too just notice that over time, because I'm over 2 years into it now, that over time they start using less and less salt. But I guess it depends on a lot of
interesting
factors.
one, Jonathan, because I've actually gone the other way. Because about 6 months ago, I was really suffering leg cramps. So I did a bit of research and I discovered about magnesium, potassium. So I did consider going down the supplement route. Before I did that, I doubled or trebled the amount of salt I put on my food. and I haven't had a leg cramp since. So I haven't actually bothered with magnesium or potassium. It's just by upping the pink Himalayan rock salt by at least double. It seems to have sorted out my cramps. So now my steak gets absolutely covered in pink Himalayan rock salt. It looks like a snowfall on it almost. It looks like it's frosted. It looks like a sugar frosting, but it's not. It is in fact pink Himalayan rock salt. So it's, again, as I said before, there are no hard and fast rules on the carnivore diet.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody has to experiment for themselves, which leads us on nicely to what is it, Christopher? I think Muskogee now is asking, eggs, bacon, and cheese. Can you have dairy? Absolutely, you can, because it is part of carnivore. But again, you have to monitor it for yourself and see how you get on with it. It's not, there isn't a rule which says no dairy. There isn't a rule which says you can have dairy. The rule is it definitely is an animal product. Therefore, it comes under the carnivore umbrella. But some people suffer on dairy. Other people thrive on it. For myself, I use cheese as what I call a carnivore junk food. I have it as that is kind of my treat. For example, if I go out for a meal, for example, in the Tudor Hotel where Juliet will be next year, then they do an excellent cheese board afterwards. So I will have that as in place of a dessert, or I will have grilled halloumi, which is a cooked cheese. But what I don't tend to do is I don't tend to have a lot of cheese at home because I don't feel the need for it really. It's kind of a special carnivore occasion. So yeah, I say to Christopher, basically experiment. See how you get on with it. If it makes you feel bloated or addictive, then obviously cut back on it. But on the other hand, if it's not making you put the weight back on, or you're not getting constipated or bloated, then you're probably fine with it. So we can't stress enough. There are no carnivore police. There is no such thing as the carnivore diet. There are variations within it, such as the lion diet, but you don't have to follow those. And as I said, hypercarnivore, you can actually you can add some low carb vegetables back in and still remain a hypercarnivore. But I personally choose to have no vegetables whatsoever, but not for the carbohydrates, but for the plant toxins and for the fiber, because what keeps me away from the veg is not the fact that they have carbohydrates in them, it's the fact they have fiber and plant toxins in them. So again, it's really the choice is yours, and it's experiments and research, and then come to your own conclusions.
Right.
Yeah.
Olivia was wondering how long it takes to enter into true ketosis.
Carl, I think you're the expert on this one.
Right.
Well, again, as you said, George, we are here. There is 5 different people, 5 different chemistry labs, and we're putting food into that chemistry lab. So we all act differently. Normally with ketosis, if you've had carbohydrate, the body will burn that off first. Then when you're purely down to your meats and your fats, etc., the liver will start to kick in. And as long as you're not taking alcohol and giving the liver something else to do, ketosis normally would come in after about 30 hours. So if you were eating strictly carnivore, after about 30 to 36 hours, that's where the ketosis would start to happen. Some people sooner, some people later, but it's the fat also is the important part of the diet. And it obviously has to be the right fat, the animal fats, not these processed oils and rubbish. I nearly swore then. But normally your body would start going to a ketosis situation within about 30 to 36 hours.
That's good. And did you guys notice, one of the things I was most concerned about when I started, because I'm older, is I was thinking the lack of fiber, not having vegetables, was going to affect me in the bathroom. I had no issues with that whatsoever.
It's the fat. It's the fat. I think a lot of people they get scared because they're overweight. Oh, I can't eat fat. But I found the more fat I ate, the more fat I burnt off. It's really bizarre. And the fat is what helps you deal with the colon. And I recommend anyone that says to you, oh, you must have fiber, go to Lee Cobus's Kent Carnivore's video channel and just watch his story. That will put you off fiber for the rest of your life.
Yes, it will.
Alternatively, go to Zoe Harkham. What about fiber? She would explain why fiber is not only unnecessary, but basically and anti-nutrient. She is a PhD from Cardiff University here in the UK, and she can explain it far better than any one of us on this channel can. So yeah, anybody who still thinks fiber is necessary or desirable.
Oh yeah, that was my biggest.
There's also, oh sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say there's also Paul Mason on the Low Carb Down Under. There's a video, a channel called that Low Carb Down Under, and where he goes through like it's probably the best controlled study on fiber, where you see a dose respondent like reaction people have in this study to where the more fiber they have, they get constipation, that sort of, I think it's idiopathic constipation they look at, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then the people who cut it completely out, all the symptoms went away, right?
Wow. Yeah, because I had absolutely no issues. As a matter of fact, it was better than ever. I never had any problems. I didn't get diarrhea. I didn't get constipated. Everything was the way it should be. And that blew my mind because I always thought, oh, this isn't going to work. This is going to be bad. Well, George knows, I used to get mad at my husband because he's always been a carnivore, not even on purpose or even being aware. He just has been a big meat eater. And I used to think, oh my God, this man, he's going to have gout and a heart attack. I used to get so worried about him. Turns out he was in better shape than I was.
Yeah, talking about like, I was just thinking, since we're on like the topic of constipation as well, just to clear it up, a lot of people mistake on carnivore like not going to the toilet for constipation. But I mean, if you don't have bloating, pain, that sort of thing, it's not constipation. It's just that when you only eat meat, you actually absorb most of what you put in your body. So there's not much waste. I mean, fiber is just waste. You're not using it for anything. So that's why you might not go as often. I don't only maybe go a few times a week, maybe just once. Sometimes it might sound crazy, but it's true. And it actually frees up my life so much. Like so much time saved. I used to like bond with the toilet for 3 hours every day, right?
Yeah, me too.
When I suffered from IBS.
Me too. IBS was the worst. It is gone. I can't say I ever won't fall off the carnivore wagon. I can say I will never ever eat fiber veggie. There's just no way. The pain, how I lived for so long, canceling events at the last second. All the time.
I had to do that as well. And my family, there was always this inside joke, right? Where it's like, oh, we can't spontaneously go do things because we're going to have to wait for Jonathan at the toilet for like 2 hours or something like that. It's not even a joke. And, but I mean, IBS, it's such a stupid term, really, because it's basically just, oh, you have gut issues. We don't know what's actually wrong. So we're just going to put this label on you. I don't know what's wrong with you, but whatever. You have IBS, whatever that means. It doesn't mean anything.
I say that all the time. I say those exact words because we have this debilitating pain ruining our life. And they go, oh, it's IBS. I'm like, I want some damn good, like, Crohn colitis, I want a name. And I always felt like you don't know what it is. So you're just, throwing a name out there.
Yeah, one of the really weird little victories I didn't think about at Carnivore is that it'd been years since I've been to the cinema or been to the theatre for any reason, because I was so big that the seats were uncomfortable, but also I had the IBS. So there was always trapped wind, which gave me really bad pains in my gut when I was sat in these seats. Now, several years down the line, and we have a rock singer here in the UK, a guy called Chris Lloyd, who is the lead singer of an Eagles tribute band called Talon. And he invited myself and Lainey to go as complimentary tickets to a local, when he was touring, well, he is still touring Britain. And I thought, well, I've got to be polite. So I thought I'm going to go. But I was kind of dreading it. But I sat in that seat and I had room to wiggle me tushy. And of course, I didn't have all the stomach cramps and all the bloating and all the built up flatulence. So I actually really enjoyed the event so much that myself and Lainey started going to the cinema again. And we're actually going again to see Chris with his band in January, because they're playing 10 miles away, and he's invited us back. So yeah, this is another non-scale victory, which never occurred to me would happen, but it has done. And also, I flew for the first time for 20 years this year, and again, sitting in the aircraft seat and being able to
That's a big deal. Yeah, being
able to get the seatbelt around me. It just changed the whole experience of sitting on an aircraft or in a theatre seat. It's really weird, the little things that we don't expect that we notice after going Carnivore.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well,
so Don, I have to tell you, I watch your show all the time. I tend not to put a chat, and honestly, I'm like, she must have so many, must be overwhelming. I mean, when I watch your videos, I mean, because I'll get 4 comments on my video I put 5 hours in. So you have to tell us a little bit about your channel, because it's so intriguing.
Yeah, you are the channel star on this particular panel.
We are all like, how do you do it? How do you grow? How do you do it every day? You are live all the time. I remember you're in your car all the time.
Well, because I do Uber, so yes. I film a lot when I'm out doing Uber, because I don't get a chance. And I have a busy household, so it's not very quiet here at home. So I do it in my car a lot. But I just started talking. I'm just real open about my life, and I just found out people can relate. Not everybody has perfect lives, and a lot of people. I talk about things that a lot of people won't talk about. I'm not embarrassed to talk about, what's going on in my life and all that. And that's where people started coming in. They're like, yes, I agree. I can relate to that and stuff. Instead of trying to make things perfect and be aesthetically pleasing with all my photography. And I was more concerned about that when I started. And I realized that's not why people are here, And I talk about my failures and doing Carnivore, and, having to lose so much weight and still trying to lose weight, and just all that stuff. But I have to say that it helped that I got a viral video. I got that viral video, and that's what changed
you
things.
Refer to that, and I've seen what is the viral video? I guess I could have looked it up, but what was it? When did it go out?
It went out about a month ago, and it got almost 300,000 views, and that brought in a lot of new subscribers. I know, right?
Because most of mine, did it bring in 13,000 new?
Oh yeah. In a month, I was like, wow. What? This is crazy. Because I was struggling. I remember I was like at 2,000-3,000. I thought I'll never be able to break 5,000. And now, it's grown a lot, but it's good and it's bad, because I get a lot more comments, and I feel bad because I don't have time to respond to the comments like I used to. And I try to, because I think it's so nice of these people to stop and tell me their stories and share with me. And I want to, but I just, I still do Uber, and I still help with my grandkids. So I got a lot going on, but I really appreciate all the people that come to my channel and stuff. But it's just
when I first met you, Dawn, you were so small that we used to basically have a running conversation in commentary, didn't we? In comments, because
I loved it.
About 3 or 4 of us, but I've long since given up trying to hold a conversation with you in comments. Now it's email or nothing for us now.
I know. I'm like, it's definitely changed. I don't know how people that have big channels, how they do it. It's insane.
How many? What is your subscriber count now? I haven't checked for the last last week or so, Dawn. What is do you know what it is roughly? You'll just give us a ballpark figure.
I think I was at 18,600 something, which is good, because last month I was at 5.
So that is insane.
I think I can remember when you hit 1,000. I think, was it January this year you hit 1,000?
I hit 1,000 in January. Yeah. And I finally got monetized, in January of this year. And that wasn't even the goal. I was just on here to talk to other carnivores and stuff. And my channel got monetized, and I wasn't expecting it. So then after that, I just mainly talked about Carnivore when I first started, because I was obsessed. I get into these things and I get obsessed. That's all I want to talk about. And so for the first few months, that's basically all it was. But then I started making money doing it. I was like, oh, this could be a job for me because, I'm 64. I was having a hard time going back into the workforce. And that I talk a lot about that. So I was like, I need to make money. And I realized you can make a lot of money doing YouTube.
I wouldn't know. We wouldn't know over here.
Oh, I was surprised. I was surprised because most people were saying, oh, no, you're only going to make a couple $100 a month or whatever. So, but right off the bat, my first check was like $800 even back then.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
See,
I
now,
think
do you have a lot of people, and I imagine you don't. I honestly, I've had a little growth spurt here, and I really think people join just to put mean comments about, I don't know what I'm doing. I should go back to
yeah.
burgers and
I
fries.
get
I mean, I'm
the
like,
biggest
why do
trolls you can
subscribe?
imagine.
I've noticed that too. There are people that actually subscribe to you just to come back around to
Right?
like send hate comments and stuff.
I am not
Oh my
alone
God.
then.
And then they sign up under a different name and they come back and it's them because of the way
Yeah.
they talk.
Yeah.
That happens to
yeah.
you then.
But-
It makes me feel less.
But I mean,
God.
those comments actually help you with like algorithm because the algorithm doesn't care if it's positive or negative.
Right. And I didn't know that at
It
first.
just needs a
and
reaction.
Oh yeah, and I reacted. I've
Yeah.
had people tell me if I would just lose some weight, I might be pretty and maybe I could get a husband. I wouldn't have to work so hard. Because
I
I always
remember
talk
you
about,
saying that, even reading the comments on one of your.
I
love
get
it.
all kinds of lovely comments like that, So now I'm fine with it. Doesn't bother me. I used to delete them. Now I keep them up and I let other people comment to them.
Yeah, that's a common
Yeah.
misconception about you, isn't it, Dawn? Because Brian, isn't it? Yeah, he kind of hides in the background. You don't sort of mention.
Yeah,
you mention
people.
him,
Well,
but
that's the goal. I told everybody if I get to 20,000 subscribers this next month, I'll actually interview my husband. I'll bring him out in front of the camera
That
because
would be
nobody
great.
believes I'm married. They're like, because I never show him, and they're like, well, then why are you working so hard and blah blah blah.
Oh.
Yeah, I get a lot of criticism for that.
Would he do like a live series? Like Doug and I have a live every, shameless plug, every live 6 p.m. Eastern, every Sunday.
Nice.
And we started at a half an hour. Sometimes we go longer, but it's just me and Doug, and we don't talk about carnivore. I don't know what the hell we talk about, right, George? I don't know.
you just talk about your lives because
Yeah.
As Dawn has proved, basically, to grow your channel, don't stay in the carnivore lane because people get that people are more interested in our lives outside of carnivore as well.
Yeah, I mean, I
Right.
think the key is just being real and honest about things and just having consistency as well. I think especially people who come to this sort of thing, I think they're sick of all the like flashy media and like all the AI stuff. I'm sick of all that stuff. I can't. I have to like click off of it because it's like it's just annoying at this point. So I think most people, especially in this space, are more about like just seeing a real person, right?
Yeah.
Just
Being
having real
authentic.
community, real people talking to them and that sort of thing.
Yeah, they want to see.
Doing it. I just love doing it because my husband loves it. He just retired, and he's like, we don't get many watching live, and just enough, my friends, people I love.
Right.
But he gets so excited. He's going to be embarrassed, but like he won't watch this. But he gets really excited. And what's really funny is they see our real natural interaction. We do laugh a lot, but people also see me like not listening to Doug, giving Doug. And I'll tell you, the women just give me jab. They're like, Doug's so sweet. Leave Doug alone. Don't pick on Doug.
Oh, of course.
He loves it.
Right.
We were talking about facial surgery and he should have a chin lift. It's a joke because I'm always doing that. And everyone's like, Doug doesn't need surgery. And I'm like, oh, for God's sake, should I leave the stage and put Doug on?
Right.
I mean, your catchline, Juliet, is that it's the half-hour week that you and Doug actually get on very well, isn't it?
I always say the 30 minutes a week, we actually get along for 30 minutes. I mean, we're on camera, so we got 30 minutes, we get along.
I'll have to tune into that because honestly, I've only done a few lives. Usually they're collaborations, but the lives that I've done just on my own by myself, those don't get a lot of views. So I don't do those anymore.
I would be honored if you would show up tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. That would be 3 p.m. Pacific. Not that
Yeah, I'll be out doing Uber, but I watch YouTube when I'm in my car.
yeah.
So
You're
between
gonna quit
deliveries.
Uber soon, right? I mean,
Yeah,
not that you
yeah.
should
Now
announce
that
it.
once I start making, if I make this kind of money consistently, this is our retirement fund. Yeah, then I can quit Uber. But right now, I'm not at that point. It's because YouTube isn't consistent. You
I know.
could make thousands of dollars one month, and then the next month you could make just a couple hundred. You don't know.
Hear
It's
that,
not
Norris? That's what we're getting. We could make 1,000 one month, maybe.
And you know what the best part though? Not even the pay, which is nice, obviously, but you get people send you freebies. I've gotten a free treadmill. It's a really nice treadmill, and all I had to do was show me walking on it. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Yeah, people ask if they can send you things, and I'm like, "Okay, what do I have to do?" And they said, "Just show it in one of your videos." I get ads, but mainly they're for things that I don't care for. I get ads to do like makeup and handbags and hair stuff. I won't do those. My granddaughters are like, Nana, take it, give it to me if you get that stuff. But you have to give them a shout out, and I'm not going to do something that I don't really believe in. But so that's why
one of your most compelling backstories, Dawn, was when you decided to go back into when you lost your regular job earlier on this year, I think it was, wasn't it? And you said, right, I'm going to go back into the regular workforce. So you looked for a job, because you had the blinkers on. You thought, I have to be a regular workforce worker. So you applied left, right, and centre, and they either ignored you or they rejected you. And but with this energy that you've got, you suddenly thought outside the box. You thought, no, I can actually go and make some money on YouTube and also go and do Uber. And so so instead of thinking I must have a job, you've now created a couple of income streams for yourself, which are not sort of contract work. And I think that's been a very compelling story, which is a lot of people have actually really taken to that. And
that was my viral video. That's what that was about. And it was a very short video, but I was just telling people, I try to encourage other people to get on YouTube and to tell their story. Because, people are sick of AI and perfectionism, and they want to hear from real people. And they want to know what you're doing. And I'm unretired basically, and I had to find a job because I was at home for 7 years. I took care of my sister. It's all part of my story. And when I went back into the workforce, I was having trouble finding work. Nobody wanted to hire me. I was quite a bit older, and I gained a lot of weight. This is before I'd lost the weight, and so I was struggling. And so I turned to Uber because anybody can do Uber. If you have a car, you can do Uber. And they hired me. It's not a desirable job. It's not a career, but it brought in money right now. And I needed money right now. So that's why I'm doing Uber, and I want to quit that. But if YouTube takes off, maybe I'll just stick to that. But like I said, it's not one of those things you can depend on it goes up and down.
Like I can't wait to see you at 100,000. I'll be like, I knew her when.
Right. I'll be glad if I get to 20,000. What is it you have to get to? I think 100,000 before YouTube sends you that.
Yeah, you get like I think so. The silver
one.
Yeah,
my grandkids want me to do that. They're waiting for that. I was like, 100,000. We'll see.
Are they so excited and proud? Like how cool this is, Grandma?
They're the ones that help me because I'm not tech savvy. They've showed me how to edit my videos.
Really?
They do help me with. They've done my intros. They do all that stuff. Yeah, my grandkids are very helpful. They always watch my video. They hype them when my videos come out. They'll go and hype them now because that helps. You guys know about that?
Yes.
Yeah. And so they'll hype my videos, and that helped with my viral video. But it's funny with that viral video, it didn't go viral right away. It flopped the first week. And I was like, nobody really liked it.
That's interesting.
I didn't know. I don't know how the whole algorithms work. So I don't know what happened or how that happened.
It is pretty strange though with all the algorithm stuff because like like my content, right? Just the same stuff on different platforms. YouTube for some reason is just it just doesn't work with the same stuff, but then on other platforms it's working really well for me, but then YouTube just for some reason completely flops. So I don't know, it's really strange.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know, like TikTok, and I know people do it. They
Yeah.
make money over there and stuff. I can barely handle doing YouTube. I tried to start a second channel, and I can't. It's too much work. So, but I just keep telling everybody, just keep telling your story. There's room for everybody on YouTube, and you just never know when things are going to take off. And once like you get a viral video and they push your video out, then people get to see you, because you could have a great channel, but if YouTube isn't pushing you out, nobody's seeing you. They don't know. And until you get out there in front of a lot of people and then they see you, then your channel has a chance of growing. So that's what happened to me. I was stagnant for the longest time. I was, under 5,000. I just couldn't get above that. I thought, this is it. This is where I'm going to be. And then just that one video, got pushed out. God only knows why, because it didn't right away. And there's nothing special about that video. I just basically tell other people to make a YouTube channel, but everybody talks about that. You see that a lot. So I wanted it to go viral for Carnivore. That's what I wanted when I was doing all this. I wanted one of my Carnivore videos to go viral and people to recognize me in that area. And so I was really disappointed that didn't happen, but that's okay, because now people that come and watch me, they know I'm doing Carnivore. They ask me about it. And that's important to me. I want to help people with that. So that's when George told me about this. I jumped on it because I haven't done a lot with the Carnivore community in a while. When's Healing Humanity? When is the documentary coming out? I've been waiting. I thought it was going to come out this year.
Ambassador, when is that coming out? George is in charge.
Early in the new year, I can tell you that, but exactly when, I don't know. But it is early in the new year. They're kind of getting close now, so
that's going to turn things around, man.
They finished filming. It's just a question of editing and getting everything right now. So yeah, it won't be long. It'll be early in the new year sometime.
Okay, I'm waiting for that.
I have to do a shameless plug, but not for me. And Don, I think you would love this channel I just put up, Be Strong Like a Grizzly. I don't know how old she is. She teaches you everything about living like outdoors in the woods, what to do if a bear cub, it is the most.
It. I love that kind of stuff.
Okay, it's at Be Strong Like a Grizzly. I was watching her for a while. I think I met her on Rick's channel, the 42-year Carnivore. And I was watching her for a while, and somehow she got off my radar. And then I started watching, I love those 5-6 minute videos because I stay and watch them. Hers are so good. Absolutely.
Yeah, just to point out, I've just suddenly I've realized that she's changed her channel name because she was Grizzly Warrior. Yes. And that's probably the reason. And she just reminded everybody to go and check that if we're still subscribed, because I know Grizz as Grizzly Warrior. So Be Strong Like a Grizzly. Yes. I will be checking that I'm still subscribed to after this, because I'm a country boy, and it's great the way she teaches us how to deal with a bear and how to survive out in the wild.
And here's the thing: she's so kind, because I will put me. I'm like, this is great. Well, not like I'd ever go out in the woods. I'd stay at a Hilton, but she's so but she's still. I do learn a lot.
Grizz is saying that she still is Grizzly Warrior, so it's a bit like Amy. It's a bit like Amy because she's Keto Rockstars and Rocking Coach Amy. So some people do have two identities. So it's either Grizzly Warrior or Be Strong Like a Grizzly by the looks of it.
Yeah, I've just subbed.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. It says Grizzly Warrior, but then under it says at Be Strong Like a Grizzly.
Okay, so it's one of those. Yeah.
So I was Coach Juliet Edens, but I like the Coach Juliet Edens because a lot of people just say Coach. They got used to it, and then now I'm Juliet Edens, and everyone's like, "Who are you?" What?
I know when you change your name, it throws people off.
It's kind of the same when I changed mine now. Everyone knows me as like Norse, or as I call myself Norse Carnivore. And then I changed it to Ancestral Clarity. And now everyone's like, I get questions like, oh, are you still doing Carnivore? Or why did you change it? And all that sort of thing.
Let's see if I can find it right now. Ancestral Clarity?
Yeah, that's the one.
Hey, Jason Keto. I don't know if you saw my comment. I went to one of your shorts and said, just Jason, watch the video I dropped today because I talk a little bit about my background, like my carnivore journey, the before, and I got the idea from Jason because I found an old video of his. I was going through the playlist from 3 years ago, and it's a before and after, like you, George, or you, Carl, and I just couldn't believe the Jason I knew because we're sort of new friends. His background, and I think sometimes we forget where we came from. Like I forget to tell my story all the time. Like it's only a year, and I imagine by 2 years I'll be talking about, I don't know, climbing trees
Right.
because I forget why, the people coming in don't know my background.
Yeah.
So he motivates
Yeah, it's
me when I
important to
saw that.
introduce yourself.
But often, I guess, because people, they're new, right?
Yeah, you get new people. They don't know who you are or what your channel's about. Exactly. Good. Okay, I just subbed to you. I've been with Carl forever and George.
You
So, and
weren't
then
sub to me, Don. You were not sub to me before. I've been watching you
so
for like years
I
now.
might have been, and then YouTube unsubs you sometimes. That's my excuse.
Oh, I'm
You've
teasing
actually
you.
seen that,
Totally.
but I will be now. Let's see. It's
I
just
think
under your name.
Juliet Edens. Yeah. Sometimes it'll say Coach Juliet Edens. Depends on YouTube's day.
Yeah, Carl, what affected you? Went from Carnivore Nation to the Primal Lifestyle. What sort of
I started off as Carnivore Nation, but then I wanted to, because I'm doing a self-funded PhD, and I wanted to do a bit of a wider. So I wanted to take keto, paleo, primal, and different versions in. So I changed to the Primal Lifestyle, and initially my channel took a dip because of that. But now I'm not in Dawn's era, but I'm now 1,100 and so I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite bespoke and focused. I'm not as broad spread, and perhaps I'm listening to what Dawn's saying. Perhaps I should give more of my personal side out rather than focusing on a specific subject and trying to. I've been getting quite detailed into certain areas. I take on board what Jonathan said also about being real people, because one of the things I do in the daytime is AI. And I actually did one of my most successful ones is I got a photo of me 2.5 years ago. I brought it to life and I interviewed myself from 2.5 years ago. And that got an interesting response, but it was manufactured because it was literally a photo of me that I created myself as AI. And then I do stand-up comedy as well. So I put a bit of humor into it, which I think went, because I think one of the things is oh no, if you go on my channel and you'll find it, it'll be on there. So I interview myself.
I mean, that's
but
like a creative and fun way to use it, though.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something that Lee Copus did the other day, and I've messaged him saying, "Is that okay if I copy it?" He interviews himself, or he interviews a caveman, saying about, "Oh, how do you get on with substance, and do you have breakfast?" And the way the caveman was answering, "No, I eat meat."
I saw that. Yeah,
and that's brilliant. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And I said, and I've asked him for his permission, that I would then spend 40 odd hours and I'll get an AI of a caveman and I'll do an interview with a caveman on the same type of subject. But I need his permission to do that, because from my comedy circles, you don't pitch anyone else's material without their permission. So I see where you say, and I think perhaps I do need to be a bit more of my story rather than me saying, this is statins, this is what's bad about statins, this is this. And that's where I've gone down my niche. So perhaps I'm just hearing Dawn, I might try and be a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
That's true.
I also
Any
kind
you
of
guys-
forget to tell mine very often, because I usually just do it on like podcasts with other people, and then on my own I'm like getting out the information or whatever, and then I kind of forget that, oh, maybe I need to tell it on my channel as well, or my social media platforms as well, to my actual followers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Isn't that funny? Did any of you guys ever watch Garron, Garron from Ireland? He's a comedian, hysterical.
No.
Oh, he
What's
he
his
has
name?
Garon, Garron. He has what,
G. Yeah.
300,000 followers, and he drops these shorts, and I swear he'll drop it. Doug and I will watch it because he's hysterical, and you just watch the views within 10 minutes, click, click, up to 1,000, up to.
Oh, doesn't it kill you? Yeah, I see people, they'll drop a video and they get thousands like in the first 20 minutes.
But
Like,
he's so
what the heck?
funny. Oh my gosh. But he started a channel, I think in 2022, because he's a great singer, guitar player, musician. And it got little traction, not much, like us, or well, except for Don, like us, a couple thousand, and da da da. But he's funny. So when he started being funny, I think it was early, like being himself, like you said, Don. Oh my gosh, the channel literally exploded. And he just does these shorts making fun of the Brits, the Americans, as that he'll apologize without apologizing. And he's hysterical. And I get paid nothing. And I think I should be paid something by him, a
Is
referral
it
fee.
just Garon?
Is it just Garen, the guy with a big beard?
Yeah.
Yes, he's a big
Yeah.
guy. Let me see.
Yeah,
I can't.
right. I've got to
Oh,
watch
yes,
his stuff as well.
that's
yeah.
him. He's so
Yeah.
funny.
Okay. Yeah,
I-
549,000
Wow.
subscribers. Awesome. Yeah.
The thing is, he just makes fun of everybody equal, but not mean. And he'll just go, apparently, with his Irish brogue, I can't do it. I owe Sweden an apology. Apparently, but he doesn't apologize. He goes, apparently, the fact that you all have whatever big feet, and I brought it up, offended you. But you do have big feet, so he never apologized. It is so
Right.
That's
Oh, that's
funny.
great. Yeah, I will check him out for sure.
Tell him I sent you. No, I'm kidding, because you watch the live and the comment, or it's just like insane. It's
Right.
one of the biggest live things I've ever seen that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I would be so overwhelmed with anxiety, I think. So maybe that's why I choose not to get 300,000 followers. Yeah. It would cause anxiety.
It does. Yeah, I can imagine. But can you imagine what these people make?
Well, it says on his channel, he says that in the last 7 days, he's had 5.9 million views, and he earned last month earning was between $38,000 and $113,000.
Is that in like
A month?
That's on
or
his
a year?
channel.
Is
Now,
that
that's
like
for
in
7
Ireland?
days.
Oh my God.
So no, the earnings was for the last month. Estimated monthly earnings is $38,000 to $113,000.
And that all like just went viral like in January. I mean, maybe I should switch directions, but I can't sing. I can't play guitar. I'm not funny.
Oh, hi, Diana.
Yeah, but
My
I mean,
friend Diana, she started a channel. She's here, Lonely in Truth. She just
Absolutely.
started a channel a couple months ago. I totally encourage her to do it. She's got close to 4,000 subs now. Yeah.
Excellent.
Hey, congratulations.
Diana goes out with you on Uber trips, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
she goes with me when I
Yeah,
do
that's what I
Uber
thought,
because she does it too. And I was like, you need to have a channel. I knew she'd be good for YouTube. And yeah, and her
Aw.
channel is really taking off, but she's switching directions too because she kind of pigeonholed herself into one area, and then you only get so many subs doing that. So she's kind of opened it up, to cover a wider range, and she's bringing in more people. So she's working on that. So I'm just really proud of her.
Aw.
But she
Lonely
wanted
in
to
Truth.
switch to Carnivore.
So what was her main channel about, and what direction is she going in? Just so we know a
Well, she
little
was
bit about
mainly
her.
focusing on people that are with partners that are on the spectrum unknowingly. A lot of times people get hooked up and fall in love with people and they don't realize they're on the spectrum.
Right.
And and it was a challenge. And now she deals with dysfunctional relationships and family issues. She's written books, and she used to live in a Buddhist monastery, and she had her life has been the right personality to YouTube. So yeah, I'd highly recommend her. Did you lose us? Because I lost you guys for a minute there.
Just
Yeah,
brief.
no, I think I lost you for a minute, Don.
yeah, that's what happened for me too.
Yeah, I live in a valley, and our internet is terrible here. So that I usually am nervous when I do collaborations because
you're
I
at
do get
you're
crosswalk.
you're at the very base of the Big Bear Mountain, I think, aren't you, Dawn? I think you can see Big Bear from your front garden.
Yeah, Big Bear is
Yeah,
right behind me here, and I'm and then there's San Jacinto on the other side, so I'm in between these huge mountains. I'm just down in a valley, and it's out in the boonies, and we don't have really good reception up here. So, but thank you for having me. This was fun, you guys. Did you know we've already talked almost 2 hours?
I know.
Wow.
Went by
I
like
was
that.
just going to. I was just going to say it's almost my dinner time. I've been eating. If you're wondering what I'm eating, it's fat.
For me, it's
because I'm
almost
hungry.
midnight.
Oh my
yeah.
God, you poor guy.
Myself and Carl are an hour
Wow.
behind Jonathan, so it's but it's
Oh
just
yeah,
good
what
fun,
time is
isn't
it
it,
over
really?
there, George?
It's 10:42 p.m.
Oh, you guys. Well, we're keeping you up. And
No,
I got to
far
go
from
out
it.
and work.
We
Yeah.
have to do this again.
We
That
must
was fun
actually,
to
Yeah,
meet
it's fun.
you. Yeah, it's always nice to meet new carnivore people too and stuff because they don't come to me anymore like they used to. I used to get people that were in the carnivore community, and because I don't just focus on that, I haven't met a lot of new people. So this is fun. Thank you.
Oh.
Thanks,
Yeah.
George,
Okay.
for
Any
inviting
last
me.
words
I
before we
do
go
I
off?
do miss you, Dawn. So let's do some more
I
of these.
know.
I think.
Yeah,
And
make it a more regular.
I know that Juliet and Carl are very good at running the panel show. So we'll see what we can.
Right. Yeah, I'm available. Except for the time change. I know it's hard for Carl and you. You guys are like
Right, no problems. As long as we time it correctly, it's fine.
Hang on a minute. We invented time. Greenwich Mean Time starts at 0. It's you lot behind us, apart from Jonathan, who's ahead of us.
Yeah, I'm 1 hour ahead.
yeah, because it's almost 3:00 here in the afternoon.
That's actually true because all the allied militaries around the world, they do use GMT because it's called Zulu time in the military. And wherever you are in the world, be you UK, Australian, or USA, you actually do use the GMT as the checkpoint. So, for example, now it is 22:44 Zulu, and I can guarantee that all of your forces around the world will be using that time. So that's that time zone. So it's a bit weird, really, but
right. Interesting.
Right. So are we
someone-
wrapping
Well, I'll
up?
be seeing you guys on your channels. I'll stop by and say hi. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So thank you for having me. It was fun.
Thank you, guys.
Good to
It's
see
been
you,
great
little
fun.
brother. Good to see
So
you,
sad to
Carl.
see
It's been fun. It was great meeting you.
Yeah, nice
Like
meeting
and
you.
subscribe.
If
Yeah,
we can help you,
guys.
Jonathan, promote Carnivore in your area, let me know. I'll try and help you.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah,
You're
and I say
awesome.
my great thing is let's get some tourism going, carnival tourism going. Dawn lives down near Anaheim and near LA, so
Yes,
go down to
please.
California, let her know you're coming, and she'll tell you where to get where the best places to go.
I'll be a tour guide. Yeah.
Guys, I
Exactly.
live in Missouri. I'll go anywhere. I'd love to be back. I lived in San Diego. I'd love to be back. So we'll make it
I didn't
happen,
know that.
everybody.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll have
we'll,
to try.
we'll definitely look into the San Diego meet up in January. I'll let you know, Dawn, by email what that's all about, and then perhaps you can advertise it on your channel. And obviously, myself and Carl will be advertising all of the meetups over here.
Yeah, keep me clued in.
Yeah, and then Jonathan, by the sounds of it, is talking about getting a bit of a Norwegian going over there. So yeah,
and I'd love to come over to the UK as well for those. I mean, it's not far for me. It's like an hour flight. So
yeah, well, I'll get you booked into the hotel as well if you confirm the dates, Jonathan. That's no problem at all. I let you know, Julia, I will be booking you into the hotel for tomorrow with the dates you've given me. I will be booking Stephanie and Nikki in because they've already asked. Carl, I don't know how you want to play it, but it's up to you. But we are going to try and book out the whole of that hotel for a carnival weekend. And they cook everything in butter in the morning, all the eggs, the bacon, the sausages, the liver, the halloumi. It's all done in butter, so it is carnivore friendly. And they know now, and because I've been friends with them for years, when they serve a steak, they know not to put any. If I say we have it carnivore style, there's no sides at all. It just comes as a steak on the plate. So yeah, they might offer you eggs or bacon as a side, but they do know not to put any greenery or any sides on it at all. So it's a carnivore friendly establishment, which is good.
nice.
Awesome. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Love you all.
Okay, Judith. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
She's
now
like
what?
it live.
So
She's
now
still alive.
we're still live, and Juliet hasn't pressed the button, has she? Has anybody,
Wait, let's see.
Yeah, I
Is
never know how
anybody
this
else-
works.
So
Has
this could
anybody
be a
else
24-hour
Yeah.
event now.
Because I'm also live, so how do I end this? That's the
Yeah,
question.
how do we end it?
We needed Juliet to stop the live button. I don't think any of us have got the permissions to do that.
It might be an idea if I give her a ring on WhatsApp.
Yeah, do you want to let her know? Should we do a dance and singing routine for the people watching?
Right?
There's a pretty funny song from like a Norwegian band, or I don't know if it's an original from them, but they sing like, "Yes, we have no bananas. We have no bananas today." Yeah.
That's an old song. I know that.
Yes.
How funny. It just
pretty
says
funny
I'm
for
on the
this.
show.
Because we're still chatting away,
It's
Mary
on
on the
the
live because you've abandoned
side,
us.
it's like,
Can't end the live. I don't know if you get back on the live.
Does anybody know how to?
Because you-
I
because
can
you're
get removed from stage.
Because it's your channel, therefore you need to end the live, Juliet.
Oh, this is hilarious. Always look on
We can do,
the
yeah.
bright side
Dawn's
of
left.
life.
I think the only way we're going to get out of this is if we all basically leave. So,
I
okay,
can do my lion impression.
okay. Juliet's going to come back on. Right, we'll see you in a second,
Oh.
Juliet.
I don't know how it came over you two. Did my lion impression come over all right or not? If you don't like, I can do tiger, panther
With the glass.
with a glass. Yeah, that's the trick, you see.
That's cool.
I suppose we could all just gradually fade away and say goodbye one at a time.
You should just start making videos where you teach people how to do that.
You know
instead,
what? I
right?
think I'll do a 5-minute video of me
Why are you
just
guys
being
still
alive.
on the live?
Yeah.
Welcome
Okay.
back.
Why are you still here?
Because you haven't closed the live. You've got to close the. It's your channel.
You bloody American!
Dawn's-
How can
Dawn's
you not be
right,
the
step away.
superpower of the world, eh? I do worry sometimes.
I thought I was gone. I just, Carl, you get to know me. I mess up every single time.
But
Every
that's
single
but it's
time.
real.
I remember it was
Honestly,
great,
don't
when
worry.
you-
I did an hour's interview with Stephanie Taylor to then find out she forgot to press record, and she said, "Can you do it word for word back?" No.
Terrible.
Stephanie never told us about that one, Carl. That's
Oh, she
interesting.
not? No. I've dropped her in it now, and but honestly, and that was brilliant. We went into so much detail and so much good, and then she went, "I've got a confession to make. I forgot to press record." Brilliant.
I haven't done that,
Absolutely
but I
brilliant.
shouldn't laugh because I'm sure I will. And Lamb
So-
So I'm not being funny. It looks like the audience have been more entertained since this has happened than all the facts and figures.
Yeah, so, someone said we should just carry on and never end this thing.
I remember when you were interviewing Kat Herman, Juliet, and everything went a bit wrong for you, and you said, "George, come and rescue me." So I had to come on, jump, and be your co-host for the first 10 minutes.
He had to jump on my live and be the host.
Yeah, exactly. And then you
Great.
came back and kicked me off unceremoniously. But even so, it was. We all cover each other, don't we? Really?
No, people cannot still watch. We all have to end our days and eat our food. All I want to do is eat, guys. What to eat?
Right.
So-
Well, press. And
So
press
where it says
end
not
live then,
record,
Juliet.
if you press where it says recording, it should then
I'm-
say stop recording.
I'm going to end stream and end
That's